Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and what you're seeing here is the damage done to my truck from getting hit by a deer. And yes, I say my truck was hit by a deer because the deer actually was the one to hit me. This is where his head hit the side of my truck. Now, what happened was, I was driving along this little highway called Z, which is a farm highway, and it intersects the highway that I live off of. So it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was driving along. I go to make a turn because there's a curve in the road, and a deer jumps right out in front of me and runs across the road in front of me. So I didn't really have time to react, and I just kind of drove past and watched the deer run past me, and then all of a sudden a second deer came up, and it did this. I never saw that deer or anything. I didn't stop because I really wasn't sure what exactly happened, so I kept driving. But anyway, it left a pretty good-sized dent. It's not a very deep dent, but it's pretty good-sized. You got two creases in the dent right here, and then two spots where the paint chipped off. Now, this paint job is, I guess, 3 years old. The truck itself is 18 years old. But I had it repainted recently. Now, I know that the person whose house I went to right after I was hit said that a good way to fix this, to take the dent out, is to take the back seat out. The back seat folds up, and there's 4 bolts underneath here. And then take the inside panel out, and then take a deflated football or basketball or whatever, put it in between the pieces of metal in here, behind here, and inflate it. And it supposedly will bump this back out, but the 2 creases will still be there, which is not that big of a deal. I mean, this is an 18-year-old truck. I think I'd rather have just 2 little creases in there than a huge dent. Now, as for the paint, since this paint job is not really that old, actually, if you look here, you probably can't see it, but the silver is fading on the front fenders, probably due to lack of waxing, but the red is perfectly fine. So I'll probably take it to Maaco and see if they can just repaint the silver. That way I don't get any rust spots right there, and get an estimate and see how much that is. Of course, you have to redo all the pinstriping, take the decals off, and put them back on, of course, because these are the original decals. The trim right here would have to come off. This is not the original trim. This was replaced whenever I got it repainted. And of course, they'll have to replace my Dodge sticker going across the back like they did the last time. But it would definitely be cheaper than repainting the whole thing, and then also you don't have to deal with taking the bed rail caps off or taking the bed liner out or anything like that. But anyway, yeah, so that's all for this video. Subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14. Until next time, be safe and watch for deer.